Hi, I'm Birdie. Thank you for joining me for my newest astro forecast on the full moon in Virgo happening on March 7th. Where you will feel the effects of this full moon depends on which houses Virgo and Pisces fall in for you, and that is determined by your rising sign. So if you're watching this for your sun sign and it doesn't really resonate with you, then I highly encourage you to watch your rising sign. All right, join me as we get into the effects of the full moon in Virgo. Hi Leo rising, thanks for joining me. What is this full moon going to mean for you? Well, it's happening in your two money houses. These are the houses of self money, or money that you gather yourself, make yourself, that you have access to, that belongs to you, opposing money that you share with others or resources that you share with others. So when we have a full moon, we put the moon, and the moon we use the high priestess in the tarot. She represents intuition, inner wisdom, and spirituality, as does the moon. So we put the moon in Virgo, which happens to be your second house, which is the house of values, of self-worth, of possessions, of resources and tools. It is opposing the sun in your 8th house, or the house of shared resources, the house of self-exploration, of deep soul analysis, the house of transformation, of death and rebirth, like a phoenix, metaphorical death as well as actual end of life. These opposing forces are really highlighting your need for balance between your own resources and the resources that you have shared with others. Along with the sun, in that 8th house is Mercury, or the magician. This is manifestation, action, and communication energy. Also in the party, we have Neptune, or the hanged man. This energy represents surrender, letting go, and spiritual growth. And then also in this crowded party over here in your 8th house, we also have Saturn, or the world, and this represents completion, fulfillment, and harmony. So we've got this big party going on over here that is in opposition to your second house, or the moon in your second house. So you've got this tension energy, like a rubber band being pulled. The tension of who you are is far as your values and your resources and your tools is being pulled against other resources that others have shared with you, or you have access to as well as others. So you really need to work on finding balance between those two things. It's not a one or the other. It's not, if you pull too far on that rubber band, it's just going to break. You have to balance so that there is enough tension on both sides, right? So that is the goal here, is to balance your personal finances versus your shared finances, or your sense of self-worth versus your worth with another individual. Now we have Uranus, which is represented by the Fool. This is the energy of new beginnings, of innocence and spontaneity. Is over here in Taurus, in your 10th house, or your house of career, recognition, status, achievement, mastery of skill. What this is doing is it is making a 60-degree angle to the sun over here in your 8th house. And a 60-degree angle in astrology, we call that a sextile. And a sextile brings opportunities. It brings harmony and open communication. So you are having opportunity being created between the sun and Uranus in your 10th house and your 8th house, or your house of shared resources and deep emergence with another person, soul emergence, or soul combining, as well as your house of who you are out in public. And what that is doing, it's bringing unexpected changes to your personal transformation and to your shared resources. You are having breakthroughs in your spirituality and your philosophical ideas. You may encounter sudden opportunities because of this situation, to collaborate with others to expand these shared resources that you have access to. Now, the moon over here in your second house is also making an aspect to Uranus. It's 120 degrees away though, so it is a trine or a luck aspect. It's bringing the ease and flow of energy, a harmonious flow of energy between these two bodies. And what that is doing, it is really opening up your desire for innovation and progress when it comes to your career or your public status or your image out in the public. You are seeking new ways, new, progressive, innovative ways to express your skills and your talents out into the world. You want to show the world who you are, what you have to offer, but you need to be doing it in an innovative way. You are going to feel a strong urge to make some meaningful contribution to society. You want your mark on the world to be that you've done something good for your community. Okay, in this part of the sky here, and if you go out in the evenings and look up in the sky, you'll be able to see some of these planets visible right now in the night sky. Venus is over here in your ninth house, or the house of education, of philosophy, of shared knowledge. It's opposite the third house, and the third house is sort of like elementary education. I feel it's like information in, information versus information out. So here is the information for you, and then up in this house is information that you're sharing with others. So like university, college, higher education, lecturing, talks, discussions, debates, philosophy, things like that. This is also the house of travel overseas, or extended travel, or dealing or having relations with people from what would be foreign lands to where you are, or communication, or even just or writing about, or talking about, speaking about. This is the house of philosophy. It's also the house of religion. Religion falls under the category of philosophy and idealism, and as well as education. You often find religious studies in schools and situations like that. So that Venus over here in your ninth house is also making a 60-degree angle, or a sextile, to Mars. Mars is the Tower card. The Tower card represents crisis, upheaval, and revelation. So whenever the Tower card comes through, it usually breaks something down so that something can be revealed, and then you can build back up again. So it is a scary card because it does bring a lot of heavy energy to wherever it is. But it's always for the good. It's always for the benefit of your personal growth, of the benefit of your karmic character, so that when you come back again, you will have already learned these lessons, already done these tests. So Mars is over here in Gemini, in your 11th house, or the house of community, of innovation, of friendship circles, social circles. It's the house where you are within a group, both as part of the group and standing out within the group as the leader of the group, or the an unique individual within the group situation. So Mars is over there in your house of friends and friendships and community, making an opportunistic, an opportunity aspect with Venus in your house of education and wisdom and philosophy. And what this is doing is it is creating opportunities for intellectual stimulation and for social stimulation, for social interaction. You're feeling inspired to connect with others who share the same interests and passions and values that you do. You may also experience a surge of creative energy that is going to fuel your artistic and intellectual pursuits. Now, Venus is also hanging out with Jupiter in this house of education, philosophy, ideology, travel overseas, long distances. And what this is doing, because Jupiter, wherever Jupiter is a wonderful thing, because it is not always, but for the most part, it is expansion, it's good luck, it's fortune. So when Jupiter is here with Venus, making a conjunction, a promotion of the energy, a combining and harmonious intensification of this energy. It is bringing optimism and abundance to this whole situation going on here with your career and your shared resources, your personal resources, and your community, being a leader within your community. So you might feel an extra bit of confidence in your ability to achieve your goals and to get things done and to master the skills that you've been working on. Now, lastly, this Mars over here in your 11th house, it is making a bit of a challenging aspect to Neptune over here in the 8th house. It's 90 degrees away, so it's making a square, which can be a conflict or an obstacle, and it can create tension. So we already have some tension going on between your self-worth and your ability to take care of yourself individually versus the shared resources that you have with others, your higher education or philosophical ideology, your career and your public status, who you are out in the world. And now we have Mars over here making a challenge to Neptune, which is creating a bit of confusion and uncertainty when it comes to making decisions regarding your career, regarding your ideology, philosophy, or knowledge, and regarding your shared resources or your intimate relationships with others, very close relationship. Okay? This is putting a strain on your social relationships, and you need to be very, very careful when you are, and set clear boundaries with the people you share resources with, the people you are sharing knowledge with, the people you are showing up in the public with, and your community that you are standing out as a leader in. You need to take some extra caution in communicating your desires and your ideals, and really strive for clarity and direction. Useful activities for getting clear on where you want to go are meditation, grounding, writing activities, becoming very clear on what you want. That's all I have for you today, Leo. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.